Greetings. Back with another video. And I'm on the road right now. In this video, I'm talking to you about the dark side of opening up your pineal gland. This video isn't for everyone. I'm making this video because the internet people, they're always promoting open up your pineal gland. But everybody's circumstance and fears before being awakened is different. And I'm saying this because once you activate your mind's eye, once you open it, you got access to other things beyond the astral realm. It depends on how heavy and how deep you meditate. But I'm telling you this, the number one thing you should do before wanting to open your pineal gland is do research. Do thorough research before opening your pineal gland. Because once it's open, it's not gonna close. So I'm telling you this because some people might fear that. The second thing, to me, from experience, I'm not saying this because it's true. You need spiritual protection. Your spiritual protection, the number one spiritual protection you should have always is your ancestors. Your ancestors is your number one protection. Not crystals, not herbs, your ancestors. And behind your ancestors would be certain spiritual entities. Like, for example, Michael the Archangel, Raphael, Gabriel, just those entities. I'm not saying this. It depends on what you want. It depends on who you want to protect you. But once you open that veil is not gonna close. I have met people that were spiritual, were heavily into meditation, were heavily into this lifestyle, but they couldn't take it, so they folded. But one thing you can't do is walk away from you can't walk away from open up your mind's eye. Once your mind's eye is open, it's open. It's not gonna close. Every time you sleep, your mind's eye is open. Because this conversation, I'm saying right now from the bottom of my freaking heart, these entities will attack you to lower your frequency, which is people, negative people, these psychic vampires, these leeches. These people is willing to drain you freaking dry, and they will absorb your energy. On top of that, behind the veil, you got astral entities is willing to drain you. Like, I'm going deep with this. I'm going deep because I live this life. And if you want to open up your pineal gland, just go in with caution. Once you go deep into it, astral spiders, astral entities willing to drain you. So having a connection with your ancestors is very important. I understand, like, some family don't get along, but you should make peace with your loved ones, because you never know when you need them on the other side of the veil. I do strongly believe in building a relationship with your ancestors is the best and promising form of protection you will get in your life, because you never know who's coming into your life, and your ancestors will always be there for you no matter what. Always have some type of, you maybe not agree with what your ancestors on everything your ancestors do, but you always be there with your ancestors. That's, to me, honestly, that is the best and strongest form of protection you can have, is building a relationship with your ancestors, you know. And there's other ways of having protection too. Initiation, like you might get baptized, you might be a part of a secret society. You know, these initiations is a form of protection too, by itself, because you're all on the same wave. I'm not talking about a COVID. I'm not talking about a COVID, a little small COVID. I'm talking about a big society, a powerful society is dealing with healing, is dealing with protection, is dealing with prayer, is dealing with guidance. You know, it doesn't matter what that is. That's up to you. You know, chanting prayers, raising your frequency, you know. Raising your frequency is good. But yeah, entities will drain you. So I'm telling you, once that veil is open, you got full access of getting your energy absorbed. I mean, when you start meditating and you start getting into this lifestyle, understand that you'll be drained all the time, because, you know, once you start raising your frequency, there will be people coming to your life just to take your energy, you know. So I'm telling you this, just be mindful. I'm not saying be stuck in a box, but I'm saying have protection from your ancestors. Your ancestor is the best and strongest form of protection. Not crystals, not herbs. I mean, those are tools, they help. You know, even having a blessed cross or a blessed piece of jewelry or something like that, that helps too. But what happens if it falls off or you lose it or something like that? What are you gonna do? I know I got a couple necklaces, I got a couple bracelets, I got a couple rings, you know, that's blessed from many different traditions. But I don't really like to wear jewelry like that. I don't. I've never been a fan of jewelry, but I'll wear it when I have to. But I do carry crystals with me. I do carry herbs with me and stuff like that. I do have them on special occasions. But I'm just telling you, you know, once you go into getting your pineal gland activated, protection is the number one thing that you should always have. The number one or number two, research, thorough research, because I don't know this person, but I followed this person on YouTube, and she was a part of she was like heavily like into meditation And I used to listen to this woman's videos, and she was, you know, her information was good. But one day, this female, she followed a guru, and she moved to India. I guess she was from Canada. She moved to India, and she lived with this guru. And the thing she talked about with this guru, this guy was a big fraud. He was a womanizer. He had a cult. She joined a cult. I knew she gave her power away when she said, "Oh, just talk to my guru." But I'm like, oh man. Don't allow these gurus to take your energy. Some of these gurus are frauds. You know, if you go into this path, just understand that shifts will happen in your life. That's a part of the journey. One day I might be here, and the next day I might not be. But listening to my words and understanding, hopefully you will be thankful about the honest truth, because there's a lot of spiritualists out here that just talk. They just talk, but they don't walk the life. You could tell a person who talks the talk and who walks and talks. You know, I'm not talking about stuff that I don't know about. I'm talking about stuff that I actually tried. You know, some people just run their mouths because they want to make money, but they don't understand the dangers of the solutions that the non-solutions that they don't bring. There's people out here that's willing to get healed, but they listen to somebody because they sound good or they got these many followers. Then they wind up activating something that they cannot close or they cannot protect themselves against. I'm telling you, because you gotta go in with caution and protection, because once you activate that pineal gland, once you activate that mind's eye, there will be entities looking to take your energy. Your aura is like a bubble, and that bubble can be broken. That's why people get sick. That's why people get bad diseases like cancer. It's because their aura. Stress can also damage your aura. I'm just being honest. Be heavily protected and guided by your guardian angels, your ancestors, your gods or goddesses. Just go in with protection and guidance. Don't be foolish and listening to some random person that sounds good, that got these many followers, that wears all these jewelry and all this, got dreadlocks, and you know, this person, it sounds like he's just some enlightened entity, which he's full of shit and he's just looking for $1. You know, do your research and trust your gut, because there's a lot of people out here who's charlatans and they're looking to take from you. But me, I don't need your money. I don't need money. I don't. I wish people well on their journey. I'm making these videos because I wish I had somebody who could tell me these things. When I got into my spiritual beliefs, the only person I could trust is my intuition. So I'm just telling you this, like, go in with caution and do thorough research and have your ancestors guide you. Because upon this journey, you're going to run into ego. You're going to run into people who want to throw magic at you. You're going to run into people like that. You know, just face it. Just face it. Just face your fears and don't allow people to stop you from moving forward. There'll be jealous people, and they'll try to do whatever they can to take you down behind the veil and in the 3D too. So I'm just telling you this, like, don't allow these spiritualists to blind you from your destiny. Do your research and trust your ancestors.